What is up, Grizz Nation? Welcome into another Grizz Game Day update presented by Valley Sports Southeast. I'm Kelcey. I am joined from Milwaukee by Zora Stephenson, the sideline reporter for the Bucks. Zora, thank you for being here again today.
Not a problem. I was going to say I still am excited for this matchup, but then I feel like, every few minutes it's like, oh, and another one bites the dust and another one bites the dust.
Yeah. Look, this should have been one of the best games. These are two of the only four teams that are in the top five in both offense and defensive rating. However, as you alluded to, we've obviously still got Dillon Brooks out with the ankle. Desmond, Kyle, Killian, and then just this morning, Tyus put into health and safety protocols, which takes a lot from not only that wing spot, it also takes a lot from the bench unit, which the Grizzlies rely so much on. On your end for the Bucks, it's Lopez out, and then Drew Holiday is still questionable coming into today's game. So with Des, Kyle, Dillon, Tyus out, it takes a lot. Like I said, it takes a lot from that wing spot. What kind of wing? Who's going to have a big game for the Bucks?
Oh, well, for the Bucks, I definitely think you can expect Grayson Allen just to want to let it fly tonight for
of course, because
former team, right? And Grayson is actually 2 threes away from tying his career high for threes. So he's at 105. His previous career high with you all, the Grizzlies, is 107. So he gets 2 threes, he ties it, 3 threes. He kind of knocks it out. So that's exciting for Grayson. And then from the point guard spot, I think it's just going to be a battle. I think a lot of the attention is going to be on the defensive end because of that guy named Ja Morant, who just is dazzling the NBA right now. And so the Bucks really hone in defensively on everything they do. So I think you'll see like primarily George Hill matching up against Ja Morant, but the Bucks do everything by committee. So a lot of different guys will probably get on him.
Okay, and now I'm looking at points in the paint. And when you think about points in the paint, you think about the bigs. You think about a guy like Steven Adams on our side, or I mean Lopez, who's out for you guys, but Giannis. You think about bigs. For us, it's Steven Adams, but it's also a lot of Ja Morant. And the Grizzlies lead right now with points in the paint. You guys are bottom 5, and then the kind of the same, but percentage-wise, the Grizzlies are number 1. You guys are dead last. But if you flip it on the threes, you guys are real high up there and making your threes, taking threes, and the Grizzlies right now are struggling in their last dozen-ish games. How do you see tonight kind of playing out?
What's interesting is Pat Connaughton did shoot around media availability, and he said he feels like the Grizzlies right now remind him of the Bucks when they had those 60 and 56 win seasons, just the way that they're playing. And yeah, the stats are different because the Bucks are like heavy on the 3-pointers and you all are more in the paint, but just like the grittiness, no matter who's in or out, continuing that 11-game win streak that you all had. So kudos to Coach Jenkins and the entire crew. For me, I'm interested to see the similarities between the systems because we know that Coach Jenkins kind of came up under Coach Bud. So there's a lot of different storylines within the game. I think it still should be a good one, no matter who's on the floor.
I agree. I'm going to talk about 2 guys who I know will be on the floor for you because you talked about your defensive end. Let's talk about the Grizzlies for a minute. Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, these 2 guys scored 27 and 34 points in their last games. Obviously, 2 highest scorers in a lot of the games this entire season. Now, the Grizzlies going to have a lot to go because you know that Dillon would be a main defender. When Dillon's gone, Kyle's a main defender. Des is a main defender. So not only is Ja going to have his handful in that point guard position, I think it gives a lot of extra minutes, a lot of extra responsibility to guys like Desmond Bane or DeAnthony Melton, guys like John Conchar, who I feel like just is popping out of nowhere. He's not even verified on Twitter. I have a campaign right now to get this man verified on Twitter after he just had 17 rebounds in a game. But it's a lot of guys coming from the Grizzlies bench who get minutes, but they're going to get heavier minutes today. And I'm wondering when you come into this game as a Milwaukee Bucks fan, anything, player, coach, how do you prepare for people that you don't necessarily have the same familiarity with as you would of a Desmond Bane, as you would of a Kyle Anderson?
I think it's a respect thing. Like if you're in the NBA, you've got game. And so you can't, let your guard down on anybody. And so maybe you don't have as many clips on Conchar, or some of the other guys, but you've got to respect, okay, they're in the NBA. You can't leave them wide open. You got to respect the shot, keep them in front of you. And I think that's just, remember all your defensive principles for sure. I mean, the Bucks just lost to the Hawks. And at the end of the game, Coach Bud said he didn't even think it was like Trae Young that beat him. It was everybody else. Wow. So you don't want to get to a point where you're focusing too much on Ja and he's got trust for his teammates and he's kicking it out and they're making plays. So you've got to make sure you've got a full defensive strategy and execute the defensive strategy on everybody, not just the main guy.
All right, Zora, I am so excited. I know we were like more excited, but I'm still excited for today. The game tips off. Game tips off at 7:00 Central Time. If you're watching from Memphis, it is on Bally Sports Southeast. Of course, you can watch Zora and you can follow her. We're gonna put her little Twitter there. Make sure you click on it. Zora, again, thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Anytime.